like these kids go camping and they're trying to find like this weed stash. Like there's some secret weed stash. And so the kids go camping and
the kids, they're like 19, 20, right?
Yeah, it has to be teens. It can't be like kids.
Teens,
because they have to be able to have sex, because that's the thing that infuriates Jason is sex.
Right.
He's like, kids are fucking up.
KissItAndWink and Mr. Moore being done are like dom dom dom. It's some Summerboys time.
How's his ping? Fine. This sounds like fucking NASA. It's getting more and more like NASA each time we do this fucking.
Man, there's just there's so much.
Alpha team, beta team.
I'm now rolling.
I'm Alpha team, and I guess you're beta team, Keenan?
Bravo team, not beta team, you asshole. I'm Alpha, and you're like, you're beta cuck team.
Isn't it Alpha, beta, cuck?
So welcome, Patrick Cash, to episode 8 of Maneater. Do you know what dodge is?
R1.
So it says dodge a lot because you don't have stamina.
Oh, okay.
So you can just spam dodge when stuff's shooting at you and really avoid a lot of attacks. So I just watched a little video that was like 10 things Maneater doesn't really tell you.
Just some of the basics,
so that we would know what the fuck was going on.
We learned he could upgrade his sonar by doing it in the grotto and just by hitting triangle. Like you go in there and you go find it and you hit triangle. So he didn't do that yet, right, Jimmy? Because you haven't gone to a grotto.
Well, no, but I think he's going to go to this next doohickey and try to
cause some mayhem over here.
Yeah, because we also found out that the way you make the named bounty hunters show up is by causing mayhem.
Like in Grand Theft Auto, it's like getting stars.
You're trying to raise your stars so that then named bounty hunters show up and try to tickle your beak.
And you fuck them up, and then that's how you gain experience, right?
Oh, it's a party.
Oh, dude, they're so fucked. Oh, and one of the things you can level up, sorry, Keenan, to interrupt real quick, that I overheard on the video you were watching from your phone before we started recording was...
Oh, yeah.
That you can get upgrade shit to make you more amphibious so that you can move around quicker and hold your breath longer and shit.
Well, yeah, you can be on land longer, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can really chomp a lot of humans.
Can you imagine? Dude, I want this to happen where this is in life.
Yeah, because that doesn't...
crashing a party.
Yeah.
Has that ever happened?
People deserve this shit right here.
I haven't really watched any shark movie. I've seriously seen like half of Jaws, and that was it.
Are they like shooting it? That guy's just dancing still?
Yeah, he doesn't care.
I wish I would have finished. I need to go back and finish Jaws. Jaws was really good.
So you rented those 5... This is from like 3 of our Let's Plays ago.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've recorded so many in a day. But you rented 5 movies when you first were able to watch scary movies, horror movies, when you were when you were... How old?
12.
12. Parents took you to the Blockbuster, get the 5 for 5 for 5 deal or whatever.
Walmart.
Okay. Walmart, right. And so you you rented movies at Walmart?
Yeah, Walmart had a movie rental area.
I had no idea. We only ever went to Blockbuster.
5 movies, 5 days, $5. Well, so like Walmart wasn't the place to go if you wanted like new releases. Walmart was the place to go if you wanted
old releases.
stuff like that, like classics or what have you.
To rent.
To rent.
Dude, I had no idea. Do they still do this?
Well, no, because you know now they have like fucking Redbox and you can stream everything.
Black
I mean,
box,
even Redbox is kind of
going out of town.
Yeah, they stopped renting games, which sucked because I really enjoy renting.
Yeah, they're not
they're
not as prevalent as they used to be in my neck of the woods.
And
I'm in a pretty busy neck of the woods. They don't have them.
It was nice to be able to play something. You could spend $6 for a weekend and play something and really get a sense of it before you decide to spend the fucking money on it. And I think I talked about this on another Let's Play, but I was able to finish Until Dawn in 3 days.
Damn.
And at the time, they wanted $60 whole damn dollars for this basically 15
full on straight up dollars.
Yeah, for this, more or less 15-hour game that had little to no replay value. Like you could maybe play it one more time.
So it's like a review period for these fuckers. Make sure they don't trick you into spending like $60.
Like they did with Anthem.
This may be a conspiracy with the video game industry and
where they fucking
Redbox.
Broke my heart. Well, they still have things. I think they still have things like GameFly, but like that's a subscription service. Whereas Redbox was a la carte, as it was.
A la carte, yeah, as it were.
Alucard.
Aldo's card, if you will.
An Aldi's card. Bayou Willie, you
Listen,
got him, dude. You got him to show
dude.
up. Bayou Willie's about to fuck you.
Where you at, Bayou Willie? Come get some.
He's attacking. There he is.
Oh, look at
you,
him
Billy.
on the back of his jet ski.
But listen, so we digressed pretty far. But what I was getting at is that I meant to ask you this like hours ago, man. But so out of those 5 movies, once you were finally allowed to watch horror movies, you were able to watch the first one. He chose The Exorcist first, so then he spooked himself out of being able to finish the movies. So did you never then watch those movies?
Come here, Bayou Willie.
Definitely not that weekend, but never saw them for the next 4 years.
Oh, you're mine, Bayou
So
Willie.
I'm really nice. So you got it, dude.
Oh, yeah,
you got your
fucking
new
this guy up.
evolution, bioelectric teeth. So yeah, just chomp Bio Willie's dick off, and
You can do that straight up. His
they
dick.
have electric teethers.
Can electrocute his dick.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Finally.
dude.
My
You
dream
did
come
it, dude.
Oh, Bayou
Yeah. So
Willie.
all right, he's dead. So yeah, you should go to a grotto and
Well,
let him up. Wait,
he's
he's not
kind of
dead. Fuck.
yeah. He's still
There you go, buddy.
in the middle of it here.
Now you're dead.
Man, these guys and their guns don't really hurt you. So is that the case, Keenan? You
Jimmy's-
didn't watch these
Jimmy's-
movies for 4 years?
Jimmy's very stylishly dodging. So I didn't watch any horror movies for 4 years. The next horror
Yeah.
movie I watched was Scream.
It wasn't one of those 5.
No, the
And
next horror movie I
Scream
watched-
was a nice re-entry, right?
Yeah, because Scream is really, it's not really spooky. It's
And it's
more,
kinda funny.
God, Scream's such a good movie. I've watched Scream so many fucking times. I love that whole fucking.
I need to watch
franchise,
it now
dude.
again as
It's
like an
really
adult paying attention.
good, dude. Like,
I've just seen it a lot like TNT style of watching a movie.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Like
Even-
it's just on a Sunday.
even watching it now, man, like it was very stylishly done, and I really to this day enjoy it. Even though I know the twist and whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But I won't bring it up. I won't say it.
Thanks, brother.
So yeah, like I've seeked out some. Like
Nice.
I really like slasher movies.
Yeah.
Because
Oh yeah, because that's like all you'll watch trailers for at my place. I really enjoy trailers, but you only pick like the ones I hate the most,
Yeah.
the way they look, and it's always just what looks like really campy horror movie.
so I like stuff like that. So I've seen all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I've seen all the Halloweens. Halloween's my favorite horror franchise.
yeah. So you went like
And then,
fan. You went fan on horror.
But that
movies
was
eventually.
when I was around 19, I think, when I started to get into that. And then I still don't know if I don't think I've seen all the Friday the 13th because there's the most of them. There's like 12 Friday the 13th or whatever.
Really? There's only 12 of Friday the 13th?
There's so many, dude.
They should make one more.
They should make one more. Well, dude, remember when we went and saw the remake together in the theater?
The Rob Zombie remake?
No, that was Rob Zombie remade Halloween.
And we're talking about...
I was talking about Friday the 13th.
Right.
Jason.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah. When he just beats ass.
Yeah, so
He beats ass so hard.
This is a little bit of a spoiler of the first of the Friday the 13th remake if you haven't seen it.
It's one that's like... Okay, I think I know what
So
you're gonna
fast forward like a minute maybe if you don't want to be spoiled on that. But it's been out for a while. But like these kids go camping and they're trying to find like this weed stash. Like there's some secret weed stash. And so the kids go camping and
The kids, they're like 1920, right?
yeah, it has to be teens. It can't be like
Okay, yeah,
kids,
the teens,
because
yeah.
they have to be able to have sex because that's the thing that infuriates Jason is sex.
Right.
He's like, kids are fucking up. So
Because he died when a bunch of people were having sex instead of watching him.
yeah, he was he died as a child.
Yeah.
He was at a summer camp and some kids were supposed to be watching him and they were fucking instead and they drowned.
Ooh, look at those bad
And he drowned.
Yeah, he drowned.
Oh, dude, and you can upgrade it. You can go
I'm
up a
gonna
tier.
do it.
You would think he would turn some of that anger inward because maybe he should have learned how to swim better or something.
Well, but also he was oh God, what are you allowed to say? He was
are you trying to
mentally handicapped.
Okay, so he was a bit slow.
Yeah,
But smart enough to understand that like it was these people's kind of teenage kind of libidos that led to him.
I mean, so to give it away,
he understands that concept. Oh yeah, it's his mommy.
Yeah, it's his. Well, you just give it away. We told people to fast forward. So
Yeah.
it's in the first episode, in the first Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th was supposed to be a one-off movie.
Right.
And
right. Like a lot of movies.
And what the original idea of Sean Cunningham, who I believe was the producer, his original idea was to like have these anthology movies and put them under the Friday the 13th moniker, and then have a different story every Friday the 13th movie. So it was not intended at all for there to be more Jason. So what happened is, it's his mom in the first one. She's upset that these kids were fucking instead of watching her son. And so she goes and kills all the kids. She kills them all until there's one left. And then that kid cuts her head off. And so then at the end of the movie, I believe this was Sean Cunningham's choice. I do not believe this was the screenwriter Victor Miller's choice. I know a lot about this because there's a whole lawsuit having to do with this.
And you're really into lawsuits, as we all know.
And I love lawsuits. So Sean Cunningham wanted there to be like a last grabber, like a last...
Yeah. Like a fucking thing that happens at the end that's like, ooh, we get it.
So the last surviving teen, she's in a boat and she's floating there. She's waiting for the cops to show up. And the last scene of the movie is Jason's body all waterlogged and, mutilated, or not mutilated, but,
decomposed.
But then also, he was mentally handicapped, but also his physicality reflected that. Man, I'm really having to dance here.
You should just say what's on your mind, brother.
Well, I'm trying not to say the R word because a lot of people get really upset about that.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that. Dude. Fuck.
That's all I'm trying to do is not say that.
You made me
he jumps out and grabs her, and that's the last scene of the Friday the 13th movie. So, it doesn't make any sense because Jason's supposed to be dead. So, like, why did that happen? Why is he all of a sudden, like, is he some sort of, like, supernatural being?
Why go supernatural with it?
Yeah, like, was she dreaming? Did she, like, fall asleep in the boat? And that was, like, but, that's the whole thing, is since at the time they weren't planning on having any more Jason movies, that's what you were supposed to be left with, was like, how did that happen? Was that a dream? What's the deal there?
Yeah, it's just like a cool kind of mysterious ending until you follow it up with 12 more movies.
Yeah, so then...
this seems like a good fight you've gotten yourself into.
Yeah,
this seems about right.
There's
with
a
these
lot
barracudas.
of dudes, though. Like, you're doing a good job. Like,
Jimmy's doing a great job. I just wanted to... I just
yeah.
wanted to comment that it looked really dope what was going on here. And I think he's got it covered, though.
Well, that's what the thing said, is to do exactly what you're doing, which is, like, don't try to focus. Unlike other games where we've talked about, like, don't try to focus one enemy at a time, because then you can really get blindsided. So you should do what you're doing.
I like how you're like, like some of the other games we've talked about, like Final Fantasy.
And Final Fantasy Remake.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy Remake.
The warfare tactics are a little different in this game. Oh,
different kind of warfare.
You should be kiting like you're doing and kind of like leave, come back, like chip away, basically.
Yeah, see, I did not have the dexterity, and it's also the controls, the GoldenEye controls, but the dexterity is just, I wasn't going to be able to do this shit.
So you don't get blindsided. So then when they were going to make a new Friday the 13th, Sean Cunningham... Sean Cunningham was like, "Oh well, I want to do."
Wait, Dad! Oh my God, how terrifying! Sorry, Sean Cunningham.
So he was like, the first one was so popular, I just want to stick with Jason.
Yeah.
And they were like, we had that teaser at the end of the first one, so let's just keep going with Jason. So, dude, like, Victor Miller, the guy who wrote the original Friday the 13th script, he's trying to come back years later and be like, I haven't gotten any money from the wild amount of money that the Friday the 13th franchise has made. But to be fair, he didn't come up with any of the stuff that we now associate with the Friday the 13th franchise. It wasn't his idea to have Jason come back and be this like supernatural killing machine. It wasn't his idea to do like the hockey mask. Like none of that stuff was his idea. His idea was just the stuff contained in the first Friday the 13th.
With Mommy.
That was his idea.
Mommy did not wear a hockey mask?
No. The cool thing about that movie, because I think it was the first movie to do this, is all of the murdering shots are from a first-person perspective.
Oh.
So the kids are doing that thing where they're like, oh, hey, what are you doing here? I didn't think I'd see you here. And then they're like, oh, you're stabbing me.
Oh,
and
shit.
it's not until the end that you find out that it's his mom.
That's really cool.
So yeah, so there's this huge legal battle where Victor Miller is like, I deserve
You never
this
see
money.
her womanly hands?
No, I don't think. No, because she maybe has like gloves on or something.
Oh, and she maybe stabs down low.
Oh yeah, because like they just made the cameraman be the killer essentially.
Well, yeah, I get it, but I'd be looking at where I was stabbing.
So
Wouldn't you be?
well, yeah, of course, making sure I stabbed him good.
Gotta make sure you stab him good.
Level 7. So that's Victor Miller's argument is like, well, I should get some of this money. But like Sean Cunningham's argument is like, I hired you as an independent contractor to write this one movie.
That's where he fucked up. Independent contracted it.
And all of these subsequent choices were made by me and not you.
Damn, dude. And so he won the lawsuit?
Man, I don't really know if there's been
They
an
probably
outcome
settled.
yet. Yeah, well, no, see, that's the thing. That's why, because, I was super into that Friday the 13th, the game.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, is that pretty what is
their excuse, like, they were using it as basically an excuse to not make any new content for that game. Because they're
beautiful.
like, oh, yeah, we can't make any new content because this lawsuit's going on, and until the lawsuit's settled, like, we can't make any new content. But I think
Maybe they meant it. Why are you always so hard on these game makers, man?
I think they were just like, we have your money.
You always think
and-
everybody's doing that, and it makes me think that's what you're always doing. Are you projecting that? You're always just sitting there being
Are
like,
you
I took that
projecting on
motherfucker's
these
money.
guys? They just
Yeah,
want my
because
money.
sometimes, especially the guys who aren't actually having to do the work, maybe like the people who are making these statements are probably like, yeah, we got those bitches working hard on it. Don't worry.
I maybe just go too opposite because I spent so many years being naive and being like, no, they mean it, and then there were too many scenarios where
Is this
like,
a way for you to call me
no,
naive, you son of a bitch?
They didn't mean it. Well, I mean, this isn't
this
something
guy's
that
gotta
you
get it.
care about, though.
Oh, this guitarist, this poor guy.
You're just rocking out Mad Max style.
I think it's safe to say it's something that neither one of us knows anything about.
But yeah, I mean, we should judge on a case-by-case basis.
I bet
But
Jimmy
anyway,
knows. I bet
all
Jimmy
of
knows. He
that-
just can't
man.
talk about it because he's busy fucking poning all these
Dude,
beachgoers.
and we told people to just skip a minute because I thought it would just take me a minute. To
Yeah,
talk
that was about
this.
7
It's
minutes
taking
ago.
forever. This is gonna be the whole episode. It's talking about Friday the 13th.
Yeah, in fact, it is about that time. I didn't know you were gonna go and rehash this whole, because you've done this whole rant to me before.
This whole
Yeah.
retrospective.
Yeah, you're like, why you think it's bullshit about why the writer shouldn't get any of that money because the producer thought about the ideas that then became like the like culturally iconic ones, the mask and the guy.
The ones that we associate Friday the 13th with.
But then you have to also consider, well, without the guy writing the original script, wouldn't have been anything. Well,
Yeah,
it sounds like
none of
maybe.
It,
It sounds
no,
like
none
maybe.
Of it would have, none of it. I mean, maybe none of it would have existed. But
The original script had to be written, but I think he should get a little piece of that. He should get a little piece of that cash, and I bet that's what I hope that's what the lawsuit or settlement reflected.
Well, I think what they were trying to do was they were trying to give him a little bit, but
And he's like, give me more of it.
Well, what he wanted to do was he wanted to take control of the franchise.
Well, they're not going to do that. They're just going to
yeah,
throw
but
you
that's
some
what
bones.
That's what he was fighting for in court. It wasn't okay with him enough to just be thrown some bones. He wanted like complete
He wanted more
control.
bones. He wanted more bones.
He wanted complete control of the franchise moving forward.
That's idiotic. I mean, I'm
Well,
sure it's
yeah.
something a little bit more subtle than that, but that's idiotic.
Dude,
Anyway, on that note,
I didn't know this was called Hungry for Hobos.
Yeah, I'm just eating hobos right now,
Just
apparently.
eating homeless people.
It is about
Oh,
that
man.
time. I'm
It
going to
is.
eat this one last hobo.
Yeah, enjoy
But
it.
this has been a
Jimmy's making some real progress.
This has been a thoroughly enjoyable bloodbath here.
But hey, I really would love to know what people think about this whole Victor Miller, Sean Cunningham situation. I maybe didn't explain it perfectly, so
we can rehash it. We can rehash it. Let's just.
if you have an opinion on it, please let me know in the comments because what I found is that most of the people I know aren't really that interested and don't really want to talk about it. And I find it very interesting, so I'd love to know what you guys think. But anyway, stay tuned
This has been them Summerboys.
to episode 8, where hopefully we'll be talking about something else, but really there's no
May not be. May not be.
It may just be more Friday the 13th talk.